What's happening, people? The Liverpool Prophet back again with another match reaction. Another short, well, I say short, but another match reaction of today's game as Liverpool lose the first leg of our Champions League round of 16 game against Galatasaray. We were defeated 1-0 on the night. It's not the end of the world, guys. There's still a second leg to play. A one goal lead is nothing. We know it's nothing. We've seen us turn over worse than that at Anfield. So it's not the end of the world. But of course, it's not ideal as well. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys my thoughts and feelings on today's game, the performance, everything, and give you my little short feelings going into the second leg as well and how I feel things may go. So yeah, before we get into everything, people, before we get into talking about the game, drop a like on the video, sub to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions as well down below in the comments as well. Always interested to hear and see and think what always interested to hear and see what other Liverpool players, Liverpool fans have to say. Sorry guys, my mind's a little bit all over the place after watching the game. But yeah, thoughts on the game. You know what, guys? Dare I say that was a bit harsh that we lost the game? Dare I say that was a bit harsh? I know people are going to look at me and think, what? What? But you know what? This was an improved performance. A couple of months ago, when we played Galatasaray back in September, we were very bad and we deservedly lost the game. This time around, call me crazy, guys, but I think the performance was good. Call me mad, whatever. I think the performance was actually decent. I'm gonna say I said good. I meant decent because we did lose the game. We just weren't clinical tonight. That was the big issue in today's performance. We just were not clinical. We were having chances. We had chances in the game, but we just didn't take advantage. They had chances. They took advantage with one. But ultimately, I think Galatasaray were also very wasteful. Within the first 10 minutes, Liverpool actually started brightly. We came out. We were putting pressure on them. We were pressing them high, winning the ball high. We started well, which is odd because I thought it'd be the opposite. I thought they'd start well and we'd be the team under pressure early on. But that's not how it was. That's not how it was, guys. We were the team that started off fast. We pressed them, and about 3 times when we pressed them, they lost the ball, and Liverpool won it up high, but we didn't take advantage of it. Didn't take advantage of when we won the ball up high. Had a chance at 0-0 for us to score. Didn't take advantage of the chance. Galatasaray feel their way into the game, get a corner, and they score, making it 1-0. Honestly, the defending for the Galatasaray goal, for their first goal, was pathetic. Nothing short of pathetic, I'll be honest. They were our defending was so bad. I don't know what was going on. Everyone completely missed the ball. Their defender was right at the back post, just left unmarked. And I'll be honest, I think our goalkeeper, Mohamed Arsfili, probably should have done a little bit better on saving the goal as well. It's not entirely on him, of course, let's be honest. It's not entirely on him, but he should have done better with that goal. He should have done better. He should have saved it, in my opinion. So we go 1-0 down. But I'll be honest, again, we had a chance at 1-0 for Words to equalise. Hits it straight into the wall. Or it goes wide. I can't remember off the top of my head now. There was chances in this game for Liverpool, and we just didn't take advantage of any of them. You know what I'm saying? If we took advantage of one, we'd be leaving with a draw. Instead, we leave with a loss. You know what I'm saying? Galatasaray, like I said, they also missed quite a couple of chances. They were also very wasteful, but they did make one of their chances count. They made at least one count. We didn't. Performances overall, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. You know what I'm saying? It was a game where we lost, but well, let's be honest. We probably deserved to lose the game, didn't we? We probably deserved to lose the game, because they were clinical and we weren't. You know what I'm saying? Just watching the Atletico Madrid Tottenham game in the background. People, apologies. Atletico Madrid are 2-0 up and it's only 30 minutes in. Tottenham are absolutely woeful. They are absolutely woeful. But off topic. But yeah, back to our game. Ekitike I thought was a bit off today. And like I said, it's understandable why Ekitike is taking a dip. People are going to say I'm making excuses. I'm not. I'm really not making excuses. Look, naturally, when you're playing week in, week out at the highest level for a club like Liverpool, fatigue is going to kick in. And Ekitike has been playing week in, week out since December when Isak first got injured. If we had Isak available to us, we could probably rotate more. Actually, we would be rotating more. Unfortunately, we're in a position where Hugo isn't available. He isn't available. Isak isn't available. He is not available. So Ekitike is having to play week in, week out. And naturally, because of that, his form has dropped off recently. So as soon as Isak gets back for me, the better, because we can start to rotate more. Other players in the team, Wirtz again, wasteful. Wirtz was very wasteful today. Should have scored for us. And again, I'm disappointed that he didn't, because I thought he'd have bagged. Who else? Salah, non-existent in the game. I was disappointed because I thought he'd rise to the challenge. I genuinely felt like Mohamed Salah on a Champions League night in the Champions League for Liverpool would rise. But he didn't. He genuinely, oh my God. Gee, oh my life. Tottenham are absolutely shocking. What is going on at that football club? Oh my life. Apologies, I'm getting sidetracked. It's 3-0 Atletico and it's not even 20 minutes into the game. But yeah, I thought Mohamed Salah would rise. He'd rise because it's a Champions League night in the round of 16. He hasn't, though. He didn't. He was non-existent. The midfield, again, Maka wasn't great. Maka shouldn't have started the game, to be fair. I think the manager's team selection was very weird. Obviously, the back four was how I predicted it. In the midfield double pivot, I went with Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. He went with Maka and Gravenberch. I wouldn't have done that personally. And then up top, he did a weird one as well. I went with Ekitike, striker. I went with Salah off the right, Wirtz in the 10, and I went with Gakpo for left-hand side off the wing. He went with Wirtz off the wing for some reason, Szoboszlai in the 10, Salah off the right and Ekitike up top. So for some reason, he played Wirtz out of position to the off the wing, which I'm not against, you know what I'm saying? But I would have preferred we play players in their correct position because of how big the game was. That's just me personally. And of course, it didn't work on the pitch because we lost the game. Second half, I'll be honest, I thought Liverpool would come out with a bit of oh my God, Tottenham having to sub their goalkeeper off. Jesus Christ, that club is in shambles. Apologies, I shouldn't keep getting sidetracked, but second half, I thought Liverpool would come out with a fire in their belly. I thought we'd come out with a little bit more flair. Obviously, we're chasing the game. We need to get a point. We need to get something out of this going into the game at Anfield. We didn't. Second half was very flat. If anything, Galatasaray were the better team in that second half. If anything, Galatasaray were the better team in that second half, and we weren't. They had more chances in the second half. We had one or two chances in the second half, but ultimately, again, just not clinical. Just not clinical. Scoreline, how poetic is it that the scoreline was a repeat of the game that we played in September, 1-0 to them. Again, I didn't watch the game on sound on the watch long because I had to play it on mute, but their atmosphere was apparently brilliant. Their fans were great. I expected that, to be fair. And it was an improved performance from Liverpool considering how it was last time we went there. But ultimately, still, we just weren't good enough on the night. Just didn't take our chances and they did, which is why they walk away with the win. So Liverpool lost 1-0. The last 10 minutes was poor as well. We didn't get a hold of the ball. We didn't put pressure on them. It was too 50-50 for my liking. You know what I'm saying? They didn't play in a low block, Galatasaray. They didn't play in a low block. First time around, they played in a low block. This, of course, is a knockout game. It's a knockout game. So naturally, both teams are going to go for it more, which made for a good game. I know it was only 1-0, but overall, I thought the game was relatively good and a decent advertisement for European football. So we lose 1-0. What does this mean for the second leg then, back at Anfield? I think the second leg will be a lot different to the first leg. They went for this because they were the home team. They had the crowd behind them. They were galvanized. You know what I'm saying? They had their fans behind them. But they have the initiative now because they're 1-0 up going into the second leg. The second leg at Anfield, I can see them coming with a low block. I know it's mad to say, but I genuinely believe they're going to low block it. I think they'll low block it, sit deep, sit on their 1-goal lead, and make it hard for Liverpool. Us against low blocks are terrible, so that worries me. We're not good against low blocks. We struggle to break a low block down. So if they play a low block, I think Liverpool could be in a bit of trouble. And I feel like we could struggle, massively struggle as well. If they come out and play and try and go for a second goal, then maybe we can have a bit of joy. But it's not over, people. It's only a 1-goal loss. I did say I wanted a draw or a win, preferably, because our point would have been good. We go into the second leg 1-0 down. But let's be honest, it's still not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because it's only 1 goal. Get an early goal in the game in the second leg. All of a sudden, the complexion of the game changes. The complexion of the tie changes, should I say. So score an early goal second leg and we put it on them. It's game on. But again, against low blocks, you can't really trust Liverpool, can you? You cannot trust us against low blocks. What else was I going to say? So yeah, it's by no means game over, but of course it's not ideal going into the second leg. If we'd lost the game 3-0, 2-0, I would have been more worried because I don't think we have it in us going into that second leg. But a 1-goal lead at Anfield, we've turned around worse than that. But of course, that was better Liverpool sides. But you remember Barcelona, other games. You've turned around worse than a 1-goal loss going into a second leg. So I'm not too upset. I'm not too upset. I'm genuinely not too upset. We'll take it. It is what it is. It is what it is. But overall, again, I'll say it again. I've said it throughout this whole video. Clinical. They were clinical. We weren't. They won the game. We didn't. You know what I'm saying? Second leg, we need to be better, more clinical. Can't afford to waste chances in that second leg because it is life or death. It'll be the second leg. There'll be no third leg. That's all we have. I'm saying that is literally all we have. So fingers crossed the performance is better and the result is better. I still back us to go through overall. I still think we will get through this tie overall, but just disappointed, man. Just disappointed because the performance wasn't bad tonight, but we just weren't clinical with the chances we had. People in the watch long said the same thing as well. Just weren't clinical. Ekatike, Wirtz, one or two others as well. Again, I think that it's too much going backwards for me. We need to be more. We just need to take risks and shoot sometimes, or play a risky ball. Sometimes we just try look too much for the perfect ball, and we look too much for the perfect opportunity, for the perfect goal. That's not always going to happen. And again, we were doing that at times today where we were in good positions, but we go back and recycle the ball. Just take a risk, take a shot, do something. Do something, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't. We lose. I said Mohamedashvili was iffy for me. His distribution is bad as well. Mohamedashvili's distribution is incredibly poor. He kicked the ball out a lot of times today, and it went either to an Atletico Madrid player, apologies, either to a Galatasaray player, or he just went God knows where. He had a very iffy game. His distribution wasn't good either. So that's an issue. We definitely will benefit from having Alisson back in the second leg if he does come back. You know what I'm saying? We definitely will benefit. So yeah, 1-0 loss. Not the end of the world though. But it's a second leg to play. But of course, we wanted a better result. But it is what it is, man. We're Liverpool. We can do this in the second leg. If we turn up, if we're on point, we can do this in that second leg. But yeah, people, that is it for today's match reaction. I'm going to head off. I'll be back later on with the full-time vibes with the rest of the lads. I'm going to be on, I think I'll be going on King's channel in a bit for the watch long for this Atletico game, which is 4-0 by the way now, which is mad. Not even half an hour played. But yeah, big up to everyone. On your way out, drop a like on the vid. Sub to the channel, of course. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below as well in the comment section. How do you feel about today's game? How are you feeling going into the second leg? Do you guys still think Liverpool will advance? Let me know. But yeah, other than that, people, Liverpool Prophet out. Speak to you all soon. Peace. Big up everyone. Bye for now.